You're listening to Jump on the Bat-Wagon, hosted by the Watchtower Database. Visit WDB on YouTube for video essays, timelines, fan theories, and much more from the DC animated universe. And now, please enjoy the show. Hello.
Hey.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Oh!
Stop making
Brian,
so much noise.
ow! Brian threw a knife at me.
This is a podcast.
What the fuck? Why? Ow, he did it again. Ow. Oh, he's got a
weapon. Do you not remember what these are called?
X-Acto knife. I had to brain. I wasn't ready.
Jamie.
I'm full of Thai food that we ate post Kyle.
That just sounds wrong. Can you do another sentence, please?
Baba ganoush.
No.
Oh, what is that? Is that a food? I don't know. We ate a lot of Thai food after we recorded with Kyle. That's what I meant by that.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I started to sneeze and now I got ginger beer in my nose.
Wow. I love it.
Okay, let's start again. Take
Okay.
3. 3, 2, 1.
Baba ganoush.
No. Try again. Take 4. 3, 2, 1.
Baba Hotep? What am I supposed to say? I don't understand.
You have to have a better start to the podcast. 3, 2, 1.
Ah!
There it is. That's the energy I'm looking for.
Come on in, everyone. The water's fine.
Baba ganoush.
Baba ganoush, my famous catchphrase. Oh shit, I was trying to stop it.
Also, James is bald.
He's bald. That's the whole song. It's time for the balderarchy. Just letting you know he's bald. Welcome to episode 166.
That is
Jump
one
on the Bat-Wagon.
More than the one we did last
time,
week.
yeah, which you correctly guessed by the number perfectly.
Yeah,
that was great.
the last episode was all about guessing numbers correctly. We
That's
had
so
the
true.
number, and then it was the 1717 thing.
What'll this time be about?
Brrr.
All right. Looking forward to that. I'm ready for some brrr. Brrr, brrr. I can't even do what you did. Brrr, Baba ganoush.
I'm not sure I could do what I just did.
Again, yeah. Successfully anyway. You're going to try.
And fail. Okay.
Take a breath. Take a nice cleansing breath.
Not that fucking compressor.
Brrr, yeah. Yeah. I even turned up the threshold or whatever on that. Oh, well.
Well.
You're just going to have to listen to us breathe like this.
Or not.
Mine's fine. Did I not do it to yours? I thought I did it to yours. There we go. Take a cleansing breath. I'm James from the Watchtower Database YouTube channel, and I'm here to show my good buddy Brian the entire DC animated universe from start to finish, the whole goddamn thing for the very first time. The controversial Airdate order, so that he, Brian, may view these shows the way human beings experienced them in the far gone days of the 1900s. He's just kind of staring at me, waiting, like he's trying so hard not to laugh.
James takes a breath, and I still don't say it.
James's breath is compressed by the threshold of the soundboard, and I still don't say it.
He takes a long pause, looking at me, waiting for me to say something, but I don't say it yet.
This is dangerous, letting me drink a drink near the soundboard like this. I think I...
And my name is Brian!
Beat up, Brian! I should definitely have that. I do not know your name, but hey, my name is James, and yeah, I'm Brian.
Wait, what was that last bit?
Yeah, I'm Brian. I think that was what it was supposed to be. So that he may view these shows the way human beings experience them in the far gone days of the 1900s. I mean, if I didn't say that already, I don't remember.
Skeet up.
Skeet up, beat up. Today we're watching the S-Test episode Unity. Unity. Your prediction last time was another crossover episode. It's not. And then I don't remember what you said. It was some guess of something.
All I know is that there's a Unity joke in an early Dave Chappelle show sketch. Chappelle show sketch. With Charlie Murphy and
Dave Chappelle.
Rick James.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
And he had a ring that says Unity.
Oh,
and he punched it into the forehead of Charlie Murphy.
That's right. And it has the word in it.
And he goes, Unity.
That's what the episode is. You got
yeah.
it. You got it. At the time of this recording.
I still don't have a phone.
You idiot. 3:51 p.m.
Butthole.
Yeah, that's the time. Superman the Animated Series is streaming on Max and available on DVD and Blu-ray. For people tuning in the first time ever, dog, what the fuck are you talking about? And the people that have been listening since the start
from the beginning.
They still say, what the fuck are you talking about? So it doesn't really
To be
matter.
fair, we also still say that, and we've been here for every episode.
We sure have, I hope. Well, we weren't here for
That's true. There's one we missed.
Yeah. And if you'd like to follow along, you can head over to watchtowerdatabase.com/resources.
And by watchtowerdatabase.com/resources, I mean butthole.
I thought you were going to say the dog, but no, I was going a different direction. This first aired Saturday, May 15th, 1999 at 8:30 a.m. on Kids WB. This was 1 week after our last episode.
So now we know the time.
Yes. 8:30 a.m. We know the time now. This aired number 51 and produced number 53, the penultimate episode. This was the final episode of Superman the Animated Series Season 3. Yes, the final season does only contain 3 episodes. Brian, what's the problem is what I've written. Yeah.
What? How? Why? What? Lipstick in my white Valentino bag?
This was written by Paul Dini and Rich Fogel.
Wait, though. What? So like BTAS is like 85. What?
85.
85. Look at me go.
Numbers.
TNBA. Numbers. 20? Why would you
24.
Why would you do a 3 episode season 4? What the fuck does that mean?
Much like we talked about
Get canceled?
Basically, much like we talked about with in the Aquaman episode. They're gearing up to the Justice League and then they're like, no, that's enough episodes, please stop. Technically, the finale, when we get there, it was not intended to be the finale of the show. It's actually the start of a season 4 that never continued. So,
Whoa.
yeah.
Wow.
We'll talk more about that when we're there, though.
Okay.
This is directed by Shinichi Tsuji, who previously directed Little Big Hitman and A Fish Story. Music is by Lolita Ritmanis, and animation is Group Tech Co. Ltd. And Jade Animation.
I want to break up with you.
Yeah. You just had a big gasp face.
You're the one who subjects me to this.
Well, you will be happy to know, Brian, this is the final episode by Group Tech Co. Ltd.
I have
and
heard
Jade
you
Animation.
say pretty much this same thing on several accounts over the course of this podcast.
I said that about ACOM, forgetting that we were watching in the controversial Airdate order and it wasn't the final time. But then when we got to the final time, it was the final time. This actually is, they only have animated 4 episodes, Little Big Hitman, A Fish Story, this, and whatever the other one was. I can't remember now.
The one that hasn't happened yet.
Superman's pal.
Yeah.
So
fuck.
Yeah. I also hit the fucking thing. I don't know why the thing is where the thing is.
Have you? I know you got like a 25-foot cable.
I sure do.
And you're still 3 feet away and you're like
Still
at the end of the
yeah.
rope. You should. James has a big pile of plastic spaghetti on my desk.
Buy us a coffee.
Okay.
Head over to the link in the description to send us a Yoppie beverage and support the show. We'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode and we'll plug your shit. We'll also do a push-up for every $1, so send us coffee for our health and your entertainment. And be sure to take a look at our membership levels to send us Yoppie Bevs on a monthly basis and gain access to some pretty shway exclusives. Today's Yoppie Bevs come to us from the Banana Baby, who says, Goo Goo Gaga, translation, I'm buying this so Kyle doesn't have to. Now to plug my shit, which unfortunately reveals my true identity.
What?
I don't think this is Banana Man necessarily. I think this is Banana Baby and Evil Banana Man and all the extraneous bananas. But as far as I know, those are all separate entities from the Banana Man. But either way,
I'm reeling.
My Instagram is at Jeremy D. Swires. I remember Jeremy Swires from some previous comment or Watchtower video or something like that, or everything. I've been trying to be more active, posting my weight loss updates, memes, or art pieces as I'm getting back into doing more of what I love. What the fuck is
my phone is in the other room, so I'm just having to get my
He's getting his laptop
here.
out of like a safe.
Yeah. You've seen this, right?
I have, yeah.
Isn't it great?
It is cool.
This is one of my favorite builds.
As I'm getting back into doing more of what I love, peep the Batman art I did a few weeks ago while listening to the pod. Love the show, you guys. Keep it up. Now get swole. This is at Jeremy D. Swires, SWYERS.
Following. We're friends now.
Okay, cool. Good.
Now I'm getting off of Instagram.
We got to do 5 push-ups.
Okay.
Let's do them.
You got your headphones on?
Yeah, so I can hear what you're saying on Zoom.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5,
4, 5, 6, 7.
Where do you count when you go down?
9, 10, 11. To catch up 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right, I'm just going to let Brian do those
17,
while I finish
18,
up here.
19, 20.
Thanks,
1,
Jeremy. Banana
2,
baby.
3.
It's in support of the weight loss journey.
Oh.
What am I, 20 what? I don't know.
I don't
Here's
know.
some more.
We can go watch Unity.
Let's go watch Unity.
Okay.
Okay.
This sounds good. Or does it?
It'll be fun.
Funny said. Look at that field, Eugene. Would you say those are rutabagas or turnips?
I'd say turnips.
Really? I'd swear they were rutabagas.
No, Vina, them's turnips.
Now, Eugene, I know rutabagas and I know turnips, and those don't look like no turnips I've ever seen.
Brain imploding, shutting down.
Young lady, maybe you can settle this. You see that field out there? Would you say those are rutabagas or turnips?
I'm so out of here. My stop.
Out here? This is the middle of nowhere.
I know. It's called Kansas.
What'd she say, Vina?
I think she went out to check.
Brian, wasn't that a wonderful episode we just watched? Isn't it great to be one with unity? You're supposed to say it. Isn't it great to be one with unity? I thought you were going to be like, no, what's that? And I have a big thing come out of my. It was a whole thing. Why weren't you psychically knowing what I was going to do?
Because I'm not linked up.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
I'm not linked up from the sphincted up.
Unity.
Sing up, if you're wondering. Sing up, what you just watched. Sing up, take a listen to the synopsis. The short summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
Unity.
Yes.
That's the worst. Unity.
No, you're changing. The audience is now listening. It's THX in reverse, everyone. What happened in Unity?
Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
This is going to make drinking us much happier.
Oh,
Yeah, I got it. I got it already.
okay.
Kara goes to the big city from Smallville. In the meantime, an alien. Kara goes from Smallville to Bigville. In the meantime, an alien with mind control tentacles that come out of people's throats comes and takes over the populace of Smallville. She goes back. She realizes the problem, and then her and Superman fight the problem, aka Unity.
Oh, they do that? Yeah, I didn't really hear anything that you said, but I'm going to assume that was right. The official synopsis: Supergirl teams up with Superman to save Supergirl teams up with Superman to save Ma and Pa Kent and the rest of Smallville from an alien threat.
Yeah, I feel like I did pretty. I did a more detailed version.
Yeah.
Basically that.
The
end.
Unity.
You know what? Mm-hmm. This is going to be very. Listener, I'm sorry. I didn't hate this episode.
Really?
Until the end.
When they're blowing up the squids and stuff?
It was just so anticlimactic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was watching it and I was like, at the very start, I was like, wow, the art is so bad. But then it kind of leveled off. It was fine.
It was fine, yeah. It didn't have too many ridiculously...
Colors.
Yeah. Too many ridiculously colors. Bad moments in the animation.
I like that they had one flesh tone crayon, and it was copper tone.
And one gray flesh tone crayon.
Yeah.
Well, but just like, I don't know, there was a shot of Supergirl kicking at Unity when she shows up. Bam, fresh off the bus, let's go. Kick.
Yeah.
And that was really bad. And then like maybe 2 or 3 other shots total throughout the whole thing were like, all right. But it was fine. It wasn't anything great. But this is a notoriously hated episode in the fan base, which is why I think it's interesting that you're like, I didn't hate this one. Well, I also didn't hate it. I thought I didn't like this episode a lot. But then watching A Fish Story, Superman's pal, and Little Big Head Man before this, they're like, oh, now we've seen all 4 group tech LTD whatever episodes, and this was supposed to be the bad one. And then watching it was like, oh, compared to those ones, it's actually not too bad. Like, yeah, it had a kind of weird plot, but I think Paul Dini writing it helped with it being like, okay, this feels like the correct characters and stuff like that, and how they would say stuff or respond to situations or whatever.
Well, it's cool because like the first half of the episode, we're getting like a little bit of like Kara backstory, and she gives a literal synopsis with her time in Bigville, by like writing a letter and sending pictures back to Mom and Pa Kent in Smallville, in the rutabagas. Are they
turnips?
Turnips. But I like actually kind of liked it. I liked the sort of like Lovecraftian, like horror element of it.
I do wish that they didn't go like zombie arms unity. Like that was kind of the dumbest part of the concept, but I do really like the idea of just like, oh, like Smallville, nothing happens in Smallville, we'll just leave and then come back and
the whole town is possessed
Slither
by
is here.
But yeah, I actually like I was on board with it and being like, actually, no, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it was just like, oh, X-rays,
blow them up.
Just look at them really hard, and then like just Superman flies through one of them, and it's just like, okay, well, what was the risk?
See, I like the concept of we're saying the whole time like, you used your heat vision on that one tentacle, just do that again.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas...
And she stopped. Like, she used it, so it worked, and then she stopped using it.
It worked to, like, sever her in the moment so she could take her away.
Yeah.
But then it didn't, like, destroy the Unity parasite that the X-rays did.
Yeah.
And I like that idea of, even though it's kind of weird that you can, for the only episode, you see the X-ray vision presented like a beam or whatever. Every other time he's just like squinting, you hear the whoa, whoa sound, and then he's just looking through something. Whereas this was like, shoot the X-ray vision. Like it's now heat vision style. But either way, I just thought it was neat. Obviously they need to present it visually somehow, but I like that idea that like, oh, it's unexpected, this thing that wouldn't normally be like an offensive power you have to use against these guys. But then they just like they don't forget that that's a thing, but it stops affecting the people. Like they're like, oh, punch the guy, and everyone else goes, oh, I'm hurt because we're all connected. But then at the end, they blow up the like mother Unity thing and then rip in half the Amos Howell Unity man and all this stuff. And it never cuts to the people going, I'm also exploding. Ow! They're just like kind of on the ground when they're done with those guys, as if like, oh, they did murder those people, but now that the Unity's dead, it unmurders them or something. So I don't know.
Well, it's also weird that it seemed like there was, and I guess there didn't seem like there was much that you could do physically, like punching it didn't really seem to do anything to it. But also Kara like throws a gas canister at it, like X-ray visions blows that up, and it like
there's just enough of a concussive force or whatever, I guess. But
I guess.
I don't know.
But
that was a keen shot too that we'll get to. But
yeah. So yeah, I guess overall, didn't love it, but didn't really. I've hated Superman a lot more than this.
Yeah. Well, and Superman himself too did an okay job in this. Like he wasn't as like pointless as the last couple Superman episodes. I feel like he was just also kind of there.
He wasn't very pointful. He was just kind of like running interference.
But he figured out how to hurt them, and he was like helping out and stuff. I mean, it was more a Supergirl episode, I suppose. But I also enjoyed seeing them kind of teaming up. They haven't really done that yet. like other than punching a meteor that Granny Goodness sent or whatever.
I guess it was also cool that he did the like Batman thing. He's like, let me look through the microscope, and he uses X-ray vision
double microscope
on the microscope, and then he sees that he can destroy it at the molecular level with X-ray vision.
Which was also, I mean, sort of just a cop out for speeding up the episode, but just the fact that he's like, let me kind of look at this for a while, and I see mitochondria, and something's going on here. Why? It doesn't really seem to like my X-ray vision. That's interesting. Like this whole lengthy thing, and then he runs in the room. Just use your X-ray vision, like that, like just immediately affecting them. So I don't know. Yeah, they were concentrating it more or something. They were eyeballing harder. I don't know.
They were just balling out.
They were balling out. I don't really know what else to talk about with this episode. Though not much happens. Like it's a pretty straightforward plot. Aliens are trying to alien, and then they say no and blow them up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean,
it was cool. There was like the bit with the hospital and the guys, like the orderlies are like, well, it seems as though she's got alien something wrapped around her brainstem. We can't take it out without killing her. Shrug.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that you're kind of like left in suspension there. Like, oh shit. Well, like, how are we going to do this? Is it, you got to kill like the mother and then everything else goes away or whatever.
I mean, it also was a little vague on how they stay connected when they're not pushing all their tongues into the thing or whatever.
I guess just with the brainstem parasites or something. Sure. But the thing that I didn't get was like, you X-ray vision them a little bit and the tentacles fall off.
Yeah.
You X-ray them a little bit more and the tentacles dissolve out of their mouths like a puddle.
They melt into Elmer's glue. Yeah.
That I don't quite understand.
I think it's just exposure, I guess, like to the radiation or something. But they weren't super clear with it. But
no,
it didn't really bother me. I guess like the semantics, like the details of it all. But it's just, I don't know. It's not super strong of an episode, but it, like I said, it was a lot better than I remembered it being for some reason. So getting to catch up a little more with Supergirl and the Kents and that stuff because we haven't seen them in a long time or, had any importance level put on them whatsoever. It's another, I wish it wasn't animated by this company, but it's probably their best, strongest job of all four of them. So,
yeah, I feel like if there's other companies that could have been like, the horror bit could have been a lot more horrific.
The TMS on this episode, like, how bubbly and gross it would all be.
Yeah. And they did like okay with it, but it was.
I could still like read everything. Like I knew what everything was that I was looking at versus even some of the other episodes by these people. I've just been like, what is this? What's happening to Aquaman's face? What's going on?
Yeah.
Cast.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Tim Daly as Superman / Clark Kent. Nicole Tom as Kara / Supergirl. I don't know why her names are reversed, but whatever. Mike Farrell as Jonathan Kent. I just learned how to say this. I've been saying Shelley Fabares this whole time, and it's like, I got to look it up. I heard Susan Eisenberg say her name. Oh, I loved working with Shelley blank. And I was like, oh, that's how you say that? Let's see. Fabre, that's what it was. Yeah. Shelley Fabre.
What were you just clicking on?
There's different pronunciations of that word.
Oh.
So assuming Susan's right, I was like, oh, and I think this is the last maybe it's not, I don't know, in the show, but Stephen Root as Reverend Howell / Unity. He was Milton in Office Space, my stapler, that guy. He's Bill in King of the Hill.
Bloody Root.
And he played Penguin and Killer Croc on Batman the Brave and the Bold. I thought was fun. Perry Gilpin as Volcana, making a little random cameo.
Yeah,
Volcanio. Cool. Why is she not on her bikini island anymore? Who knows? Just kind of not. She was at the BTAS bonk today.
She was at the bonk.
Close. It was the same angle. Said bonk.
I think doesn't the bonk have that
arch
dome,
thing?
I
don't know. I couldn't remember, even though I've seen that intro 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Jason Marsden as Owen. He was previously Spunky
James
Spencer.
Marsden.
No, he was previously Spunky Spencer in Baby Doll. I'm playing a guitar. Robin's dressed up like me. And young Clark Kent in Lasok and New Kids in Town. Dennis Haysbert as Dr. Number One. He was previously Agent Number One in Where There's Smoke. and Barkley James in Mean Seasons. The hot new car for summer, he says. Miguel Sandoval as Dr. Number 2. He played Rostango in Jurassic Park, who's the guy at the beginning who shows off the amber mosquito in the cave. And he's the voice of El Toro Fuerte on Jackie Chan Adventures. That was pretty cool. What? You're unfamiliar with Jackie Chan Adventures?
I am unfamiliar with that.
It's a good show, that season 1. Brian George as Eugene. On the big bus. He was previously Jazzman in I Am the Night. Councilman in Last Son of Krypton. Additional voices in Sub-Zero. And Samir in Dead Man's Hand. Murphy Cross as female technician. Here's how you use a microscope or whatever. She was previously Grace in Two-Face, his like fiance or whatever. Very strange person to bring back for like one sentence or two. Yeah. Also Superman, she's like, oh, I'm walking up to you. And he goes like, wait. And it looks like he just puts his hand on her chest. And I was like, oh no, this is just the perspective. She's not like, she moves and his hand's not like, doesn't move. I'm like, okay, this is, but I was just like, Superman, you can't just do that. Don't come any closer. And last we have Michael David Donovan as additional voices. Previously male anchor in Heavy Metal, male announcer in Warrior Queen, gunrunner number 3 in You Scratch My Back, male anchor in Apocalypse Now, and additional voices in Absolute Power.
Wow.
The best roles of any of these shows. Trivs. In a featurette discussing the series, Bruce Timm mentioned that this episode is unpopular with fans for being weird and grotesque, but that he's a fan of it, a sentiment echoed by Paul Dini. I don't think that's why most people don't like it. I think it's just most people, bad animation, and this is an annoying premise and whatever. But I don't know. I'm kind of like shocked at how much I didn't not like it. Like I
didn't.
Yeah, I expected to not like it. I was like, oh, Unity, fuck, because like the Tim Talk podcast when they reviewed it, they're like, oh, we hate this. You know, a lot of people's outward, like very vocal opinions.
Hey man, we can be the ones. Yeah. We can be the outliers.
We didn't like On Leather Wings, obviously.
Yeah.
Both of us. Yeah. The cat seen on Supergirl's bed at the beginning.
He's bald.
His name's Streaky and meant to look like Streaky the Super Cat, a cat Supergirl had in the comics that was orange with a white lightning bolt on its sides. Streaky was previously seen in Super Cat form alongside Carl Rossum's other toys in the BTAS episode Deep Freeze, among Crypto the Superdog, Batmite, and Mr. Mixius Spitlick.
I remember this pile.
Yes. He's just on the floor somewhere. When Kara reads the comic book Owen gives her, she makes the remark, Spider Powers, ew, a reference to Spider-Man from Marvel Comics, obviously. The titular the Spider Power hero is also seen on the cover in a pose very reminiscent of promotional imagery for the 1990 Spider-Man animated series.
And what was the first comic we saw?
Oh, yeah, it was like Buzz Girl or what was it? It was something like that.
Buzz Girl.
I don't know. The television show Rick and Morty would many years later feature a blue female alien hive mind character named Unity with the ability to speak through and or possess the minds of its hosts. That's what I was starting to tell you about last time with Kyle and then got trailed off. And last is when Volcana is fighting Supergirl. There are 2 full frames of a fire explosion that are reused footage from Where There's Smoke when Volcana blasts Superman with a fireball in the parking lot. So at least they're reusing it for the same character.
Yeah.
All right, Keen effects.
Yeah. Keen.
Gas explosion inside that the big one.
Yep. Cool.
The end. I mean, it wasn't really like an effect, I guess, but I do really like that profile shot of Supergirl and Superman, X-rays, and then they both turn at the same time and shoot them a different direction. Just kind of cool looking.
Yeah. And like the I-beams were like interesting.
Yeah, they shot them at the camera once it like filled the screen for a second. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Jordan Blumen's Musical Minute.
Hey, music.
We're really blasting through this Unity, aren't we?
We are. We're at what, 6 minutes now?
Yeah, something like that. Unity music. These are getting gradually less professional, I fear.
Now over to the musical moment, featuring the sound of a dog running up the stairs behind me. This is, which one am I doing? Unity. Love the tranquil farm music at the beginning. I thought that was very pretty. I'd love to listen to it while reading by an open window, listening to the birds.
And the Unity.
Listening to the birds, by the way, that's how I got over a hangover recently. I woke up in the morning, I felt really bad. I opened the window, I listened. There's inspiration for these comments, is what I'm saying. This music would have helped. I liked the villain motif. It's very alien. It's a melody, but it's not really a hummable one. Like it's just a very weird melody.
Go on,
and
Jordan, give it a
I guess
give it a
that's
try.
appropriate. I like the music on the bus in that I hate the music on the bus. I would also need to stop the bus and leave immediately. Also, just a side note, I hate this fucking episode. It makes me so uncomfortable. I just don't. I can't. What are you gonna do? Never apologize for loving your fandom, and try to stay optimistic.
Okay, so Jordan's among the crowd that doesn't like it because it's gross and weird.
Yeah, okay.
I guess so. I guess that's how the thing that people think sometimes. I mean, I don't know. I made every time that we've had like a poison ivy vines or something adjacent to that, I'll leave that full space in there.
You should just cut the space, but say that you left the full space. It'll be like 1 second.
Because I'm so good at it.
Leaving the full space in there.
Yes. At 166 episodes, everybody. We're tired and full of food.
I know. We should have taken a nap before trying this.
We had Thanksgiving. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, anytime that we've seen tentacles or vines or something, we make some sort of hentai joke. And of course, I said that during this episode when Supergirl's getting all wrapped up by him.
Yep.
But it didn't overstay its welcome with that sort of like visual, I guess. Like they could have done that so much. They could have had every single time those things come out of their mouths that's just what happens. Yeah. But instead, they looked gross. Yeah. But I don't know. It was cool anime-ish a little bit. And
it was
in the hentai way.
It was like fan art anime.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
it was like way too big. Superman's powers in this episode. I mean, he has. I think I'm gonna like modify X-ray vision in some way because now they can fire them as beams, which they couldn't do before. That was pervo vision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do.
Which I like the Supergirl used that to like defeat air quotes Volcana by being like,
oh yeah, it was kind of
water
a setup
pipe
for
below concrete.
Kind of a reminder they can do that or whatever.
Which is like good storytelling.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it softballs it in, but that's okay.
Well, we called it.
Sometimes you just want soft balls.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you want hard balls. Pervo vision in like ray form. How are we gonna? What do you want to? Pervo beam. That's really low hanging fruit, but you know. What's like another like voyeur type of
peeping beams?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm just gonna do it on Pervovision / peeping beams. Unity, okay.
Unity.
And then we have how strong Superman 1 through 10. Not strong enough.
Like
yeah.
1.5.
Yeah, not strong enough to break out of tentacles. Although it was a big alien, okay.
Yeah, but like,
but he's also Superman.
Yeah,
like a 3 rutabagas. I'll give him 3 turnips out of it.
No, I'm gonna give him 1.5 turnips.
Oh, okay, perfect. Where's Clayface in this episode? I guess he's something to do with the Unity. They're pretty goopy.
He's probably the alien.
I mean, he's just trying everything he can. It's me, Clayface. I am now a big tentacle boy in a circus tent.
Yeah.
What are you looking up? What are you doing? You're laptopping.
Oh,
he's just so checked out.
I'm just reading the news.
Oh, why?
Oh, I read podcasting or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. We're doing a show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
hold on.
Superman.
Let me just finish this article.
Okay. Yeah.
We're all bald, but who's the baddest bald of all? It's James and Brian's final call. The Balderarchy.
Quack.
I guess. Well,
alien.
Yeah, Unity goop, Unity tentacle ball.
I'd say the one that's like in the tent and not the dude because he has hair.
Yeah, he had hair in human form, and he also has kind of like a Jurassic Park dinosaur fin head thing.
Your voice okay there, Jimmy?
No. fin head thing going on. So yeah, a big ball unity.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the balderarchy document, Brian?
It's under balderarchy.gov.
Oh, what is it? You had a laptop. What does that go to?
I'm a little concerned.
Circus ball mother. That's what I've written.
Not secure. This site cannot be reached.
Oh, because it's Unity. Unity. This is time for Thoughts of the Week with Dylan Pollock.
Yeah.
Coming up next, it's another guest appearance from our favorite visiting superhero.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
I was like conducting the.
You sure were.
It's time for the Thoughts of the Week with Dylan Pollock on Unity, or Supergirl gets hen tied up with an alien invasion. Okay, who the fuck wakes up and says, Yahoo! I wake up disappointed that I woke up. I'm fine, I promise. I'm fine. Also, is that Bill Dauterive, Stephen Root as the voice of the Reverend? That's weird, and I never put that together before today. Also, I appreciate that the doctor goes, I've never seen anything like it. Now here's exactly what it is. Also, is that the Allstate guy as the doctor? Why?
Yeah.
Also, they describe the tendril as having an unbelievably dense cell structure. The only thing that's unbelievably dense around here is our politicians, am I right?
Wow.
I recorded this weeks ago, and it can still be relevant no matter when. Also, I know it didn't kill him, but wow, it's wild how Superman is willing to just rip an enemy in half. No mercy. Now here's the merciless question of the week. James' favorite part.
Oh, yes.
When will you join the great healer, Yoppie, and admit that we are one? Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's today. Brian's trying real hard to put his laptop away
God,
quietly, and it's
hitting
just not
everything.
working. Yeah.
I'm just going to cut this out, right?
Nope.
Damn it, Jamie.
We're all part of Yoppie already. What are you talking about? Every time that Brian punches me in the face, everyone can feel it. All the Dylan Pollocks. Ah, see? They all felt it. Oh, he also just flicked his microphone for some reason. I have the biggest punches imaginable.
It's got a good sound, though.
You know, we sound like we hated this episode. I promise we didn't.
We
just didn't like it too much.
This is just one of those ones that's a little hard, you know.
Yeah.
We can end it here.
Soft balls.
Books or hip hop?
Books. Comic books. Spider power.
There was some clever writing in this one, man. Fuck, I wish we were more excited about it.
It's okay. People kind of expected us to not like Unity, probably. So the fact that it's like, oh, yes, we liked this, but we're having the energy of that we didn't like it. So everyone's satisfied.
Let's give them like 1 minute of hate.
Okay.
Do you want? You got the timer going on over there?
Okay.
Just give me like let me know when we're starting.
Now.
Okay.
Fucking god damn it. So when Superman, what I actually do not like about this is the way that they color Superman's nose.
Oh my God, it's the worst.
The shading
right?
for some reason comes to a point.
Yeah.
It's like his nose is a triangle. It's never been like that before. What the
Everybody
fuck are you
had
doing?
a triangle nose. The fucking preacher
That's true.
dude had a triangle
That's so
nose.
true. Yeah, god damn it.
And it's like, what are
his
you?
big teeth? Teeth aren't that big. That's not how that works, Button.
And what happens? What happens when you just get like, oh, meet these people at the bus stop. Now you're in my fucking cult. Like that's kind of bullshit. That's
she could have
really
just
like they're just
got off the
wasting their
bus
time.
right then. She's like, oh, I couldn't get off the bus.
Also, she could see the bus coming from a mile away. Like, why should you watch them for a mile and be like, oh, this is bad? And she jumps out the window. She goes back. She kills the guy.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode.
The episode's over. Yeah.
Do you want that, listener?
I don't know. I mean, we got 10 more seconds to say shitty things. So what I think I will say is that what I really didn't like about this episode, and stop me if you've heard this before, but personally, I think that the scene in it's like toward the end. Oh, sorry.
And that's
our
time.
time's up. Yeah.
We should just do that. We should do on episodes we hate, we should have a 1 minute of love. And on episodes we love, we should have 1 minute of hate.
I think we talked about that like so long ago.
No, we didn't.
About having on an episode
probably did.
An episode that was bad, we have to like say like 5 nice things about it or something.
Okay.
Like that. But we should reinstate that idea in some fashion. Yeah.
I like the minute of love and minute of hate.
Minute of hate, yeah. It was a little bit over the top there.
What if we have one that we're like really split on? It's just like a minute of mediocrity, and we don't love or hate it.
You know, it's whatever. For
It's
a
just,
whole
yeah,
minute.
God, it was just, like this episode, like we watched it, and
now we're not putting this on the top 10.
No, that's what I was reading, by the way. I was like, God, it was because I've been having such a bad run with Superman.
Yeah.
We all fucking know this.
Yeah.
That I was like, okay, well, what's number 10? How do I feel about that? Oh, no.
What was it?
I don't remember now.
Let me go back. Your number 10 is Father's Day, and
Yeah.
mine is New Kids in Town. Both are better than this. So
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad, but it's not bottom 10 worthy at all. I don't think.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Especially like with Kyle's thing earlier today / last week, where he's just like, oh, Unity. Like I don't have an opinion, which could have been just him being like a good.
I think he was. But last time with Aquaman, we had. I said some comment about like, oh well, like the story was whatever, but I think the really bad animation like just completely ruined this episode. Like, oh, if it had been animated by a better company, then it would have been okay.
Yeah,
but this one, I think it was like, oh, the animation wasn't that much better than they've been doing. It was noticeably just cleaner, I guess, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the story was just significantly more interesting, or like of an idea at least, and like at least how they executed it was pretty good. And it wasn't like, I don't know, this is the thing. It was like, oh, if it had a better animation company, I think this would be a completely fine episode. Like there's not really anything wrong with it. It was still kind of just one of those ones that happened, but it had some clever ideas, and it had a couple of, I don't know.
I needed a little bit of salt and pepper on this one,
Yeah.
Like it was just there wasn't like enough to latch onto, but I wasn't as annoyed by this as some of the other like alien episodes, where it's just like, oh Jesus Christ, okay, we have this alien and he comes from space and he does this crazy fucking thing. We just have to accept it. This is like, okay, all the humans are now tentacled. What are you going to do about it?
Well, and I think that maybe it would have been too, like the budget wasn't worth it or something. But I feel like because they all get in the vehicles, are going to drive away and presumably go to the next town and do the same thing and just keep spreading.
Yeah.
But like if they had, instead of stopping them immediately and then fighting them on the highway or whatever, if they had if they got all the way to that town, like they're pulling up to the town when Superman and Supergirl show up, and they've either like started consuming that town or are about to, and they're at the like outskirts of the city or something. They have to like stop them here before it's too late. Like that would be a little more dramatic and kind of, I don't know, final feeling instead of just like, all right, go spread unity. Shit. Okay, never mind. And they fight big monsters. There's explosions, but it seems like sort of the like cop out cheat to end an episode is like, just blow it all up. They can't. Everything's gone if you blow it up.
Tear it in half like a newspaper. Yeah. Throw it on the fire.
You were like, oh, that was who? Was it Dylan or Jordan? One of them that said like, oh, he ripped it was Jordan, right? Or no, it was Dylan. I'm sorry, they're the same person. About ripping the guy in half. That was like crazy or whatever. It reminded me of the big snake in the Lobo episode that they're fighting on the Preserver's ship. There's like a big snake, and he just Lobo just rips the skin off of the snake and goes back in the sand and it's muscular thing. It was sort of similar. This was like, what's the rule here? I guess like they can kill things if they don't look like people or something. So it's fine.
Yeah,
but
who knows?
I mean, it made it more exciting, I guess.
Yeah,
like, oh my God, Superman or whatever. But Superman's just so like benevolent. I'll put all of these creatures in my zoo. Fuck you, squid.
But what was the like? One of my biggest questions was half of one of the creatures, I don't know which one, is like on top of Superman.
Yeah. Oh,
and he's getting crushed.
Reverend guy.
Yeah. And then it like the camera like zooms out and we see the thing like presumably on top of Superman, but he's just completely covered by it. And suddenly Superman just bursts through like a bullet.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you just burst through like a bullet? Why was there 10 seconds of struggle if you could just do that?
I thought that too. Like, oh, it's smothering him. Clever. And then he just, I expected the Superman when he did that, but like, I don't think they did that in this episode, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, they were just a little tired too.
Everybody was on a little bit too full of Thai food.
Everyone ate just a little too much Thai food.
Yeah. That's what this is. That's why they had slugs coming out of their mouths. Unity.
Yeah.
Brian got stabbed in the tongue with a shrimp tail, we think. It was like a knife. It was so pokey. How's your tongue now? Show me your tongue. Oh, no. Now
Does that mean I'm not vegetarian anymore? What happened?
If you're full of squid.
Yeah.
Squid's in your body.
Ooh, well, I meant like shrimp, but still, yeah.
Like how they're like, oh, there's a parasite on their brainstem. But like, where's the tongue things coming from? Like, is it coming out of their brainstem?
Well, like, because there's the brain throat connection.
Hole.
There's just a big
hole there. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to see my brain?
You know, it would have worked in Invader Zim. That's how he got into his brain in that one episode. He like flew in his mouth and just like went up his nasal cavity and then he's in his brain.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's why I always figured there's some sort of passageway between your brain and your mouth because of
there
Invader
is an
Zim.
animation, my dude.
Invader Zim and Unity taught me. Okay, we're going to go to the mail and hear a bunch of people complaining about Unity and how bad it is. And then we're going to come back and I'll tell Brian the name of the next episode.
I'm male, you're male, we're all male.
We're Unity.
We're not all male.
He's Unity, I'm Unity, we're all Unity. But who's the unitiest of all? It's Unity and Unity's final call, the Unity. That's not even the fucking Mail song. What are you doing? Neither of us realized
I like
this.
that you went all the way through. Oh my God. We are tired, aren't we?
Yop. You should look at that video I sent now in the Bat-Wagon production server. I sent a video. I said, Brian, don't watch this yet, just in case you saw it. But clearly you didn't even see it yet. But you can watch it now. I made a little tweak to the Batman Beyond intro. It's very subtle. I sent that video of you dancing to the original, like the original video of it to the fan server, and someone was like, "So we're putting that in the intro, right? With the dancing guy, like the guy doing the Johnny Bravo thing in the background." And I was like, "Well, I am now." Yeah.
I gotta watch it again.
You're just so yes.
Why is it so clean though? What was I dancing to? Do you remember?
The intro. Not that exact part of it, but I filmed you in your living room doing that.
I couldn't remember what I was. What was I holding?
A chip. You're
chip?
eating a chip and holding another chip. Yeah, it's good.
I was so concerned as to why it fit the beat so well, but I'm just an idiot. That's all.
No. It's less.
No?
It's less.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
You're also ugly.
That yacht. That one small extra yacht. Put it over.
We drop
what we drop?
Our weekly yacht.
Oh yeah, those.
Into the comment box.
First,
there sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's mad.
Too bad we're all.
At least I am.
Just
drinking water.
What? James Stracker?
Just drinking water.
Oh, that's my name. Just drinking water. If you'd like to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest
If you'd like to
3,
find James on his hidden Tinder account, it's
just drinking water _ big fat dick. You can send a short ass email or a 60-second voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com. That's my actual username. Or leave a comment on today's episode on the Pod Tower YouTube channel or Spotify. He's just going to keep watching it while I do say this stuff.
Thank you, phone.
Someone, I think it was Coral, said should just do the full intro with just that bit for that like 4 seconds, but just loop it for 10 hours and do a Patreon special for.
Oh my God.
Although I think it was Nick Sorensen pointed out there was also a couple of years ago I had put out I was filming something against a green screen for another video, and I like needed to pause what I was saying because you could hear some sort of like nursery rhyme or something. Oh, it was the theme to dinosaurs. Jessica used to put dinosaurs on for Aaron when he was teeny tiny. And when he was the size of the baby from Dinosaurs. Well, that baby's probably huge. Anyway.
That baby's massive and quite girthy.
Yeah.
Good 3 times the width of Aaron.
Also a dinosaur, so probably even bigger. I don't know. But
what?
Well, baby dinosaurs. Anyway, and there's just a bit where I can hear the theme, so I pause what I'm saying because it's through the mic, and I'm just doing this like weird little dance in front of the green screen, and so I put that up as like a you know what to do, everybody kind of thing, like put me in rated shit. Nobody ever did anything good. I think there was maybe 1 or 2, but Nick was like, "Oh, you got to put you in there too with this." So
yeah,
maybe I do. Now that you've seen that one. Did I say the thing about don't spoil anything past this episode for Brian? I probably did. This is mail from Disappearing Inkway or Getting the Potato Mush from Kathy Bates. Feet Kyle Naranya. Kyle.
Kyle.
This is from the Astral Beast Cometh. Would you rather be cryogenically frozen, completely aware of everything happening around you, or would you rather be a half-ink person whose only source of food is Kathy Bates?
Like eating Kathy Bates or having Kathy Bates feed me?
That's a very good question. Once you run out of the one Kathy Bates, I don't think you get to eat anymore. So, I mean, I otherwise would have chosen that. Like there was someone that replied saying half ink so I can slosh around in my container when I'm bored, which I think was a good, you know, compromise there. I don't think I want to be in an ice cube, able to see and hear everything, but not do a single thing. So
no.
But you would
That'd
eat
be
Kathy
terrible.
Bates and then just starve to death?
I don't know. I feel like, I need a little bit more information before I can answer this one, but probably not the cryogenically frozen and aware of it. That sounds...
just horrifying in
shit.
general, This is from Banana Man, who says, okay. And we also have Agender Banana, who says potassium. And we're getting some good ones, you know.
Honestly.
Oh, the photo, the profile pic is also, it's the agender flag, but on top of it is that banana with duct tape on the wall art. So, you know, cool stuff. Unity from Dr. Derp. I like to think of Unity as Estes's answer to Critters, a nutty premise that tonally sticks out like a sore thumb, and yet works if you're willing to go for the ride. It's a horrifying ride, but one that feels appropriately sandwiched between episodes of Batman Beyond. I think one advantage Unity has over Critters is how relevant the premise is for Superman and Supergirl, quite literally hitting both at home. Smallville as a setting is criminally underused in Estes, but I'd like to think each and every use was worth it, even if this is the second time the Kents were abused by a Lovecraftian entity beyond mortal comprehension. That's how Gilbert Gottfried has to introduce himself at every Comic-Con. Also, nice to see Supergirl get some of the spotlight. Thanks, Doc. Yeah,
I would agree. I don't think we mentioned this at all, that Smallville was, like, it's intriguing. It's intriguing as a setting. And with so much at stake, having that be, like, the home of the people Superman loves the most, probably. It's weird that it's not more utilized.
Yeah. We just haven't seen Smallville like at all, really. But like the opening episode, maybe once or twice, and then just like it's just Metropolis the rest of the time, which I guess makes sense for making it not more important, maybe, or whatever. Whenever we're there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely underutilized. I think it's the right word. Underutilized for 200, Alex.
The Phantasm. Personally, I think Unity is one of the most underrated DCAU episodes, similar to Second Chance from BTAS. I love how it puts us on Supergirl's POV, not just because it does it, but I think it does it extremely well. The Unity life form appearing in Smallville feels straight up like picking up a random issue off the rack, which was really refreshing. Yeah, it does kind of feel like this is just a comic book. I don't know what's going on in the Superman comic book, but I'm going to, I guess aliens are in Smallville or whatever.
It's also a good
point. I also thought the animation was really great. And the way they depicted both Unity and the Reverend was extremely eerie. And if I'm being honest, the way they animated the Reverend smiling, I thought was even creepier than when he transformed. I don't think we mentioned that giant toothy grin he does before the thing comes out of his mouth. That reminds me of the Weird Al Piano Man, the Spider-Man song, where he says he's wearing that dumb Power Rangers mask, but he's scarier without it on for Green Goblin. I hope he performs that in August, you know.
Oh, dude. Me too. I hope he performs every song he's ever written. Well, maybe not every song.
It's like, okay, this is enough Weird Al. Unity or that poor cow's udder have to have some kind of burns now from Eric LeBeau. Oh, yeah. When Supergirl milks the cow really fast, which I don't think we talked about either.
Oh, no. The friction.
I kind of wish this episode didn't have Clark taking as much of a part in it as he did and have Kara solving something on her own. Yeah, the show's called Superman, but we can have episodes focusing on supporting cast members. Even then, this episode's not great. Don't even get me started on how Unity barely makes any sense. But we all know this could have been avoided if Smallville had its own Farmer Yopton star of the day the Earth blew up there to keep everybody safe.
Wrong!
Oh, hey, Croc.
Wrong.
The neighbor's new rock garden? Let's see. I'd say that's granite.
Wrong!
Nope, Croc, them's granite.
Wrong!
Look, you asked me if it was granite or marble, and that's granite.
Rock!
Oh, why do you even ask?
Rock!
This is really what my life's become. Until next time, peace to to all.
I really want the Killer Croc soundboard, but it's just those two, rock and rock, and just do those like Arnold Schwarzenegger prank calls and not understanding this is clearly not a real person.
Yeah.
Rock would probably give it away, I think.
Maybe.
Ryan Hip, Community, Mr. Rad brainwashing everyone into doing Glee, but it's this.
And I'm still moist. It's everybody's favorite, the best of the worst movie never made. Or you just know if they went through with that weird American Sailor Moon, that they would have done an episode where she deals with the Unity, because Sailor Moon dealt with a bunch of freaky con artists and magical mumbo-jumbo. Back me up on this one, Eric. Or the deleted scene from the Goofy movie where they're showing all the road trip shenanigans, but they go to a creepy town and get assimilated into a thing. Because Jason Marsden's in this, and he was also in a Goofy movie. And he was also Haku in Spirited Away. Does Brian know that yet?
Nope.
You pick. That's question of the week from Dylan Bollocks. Which title is the title? I kind of like this one because it's fucked up and stupid. Okay, bye.
That is any good as reason as any to like the episode. It is fucked up.
Ryan, can you write a novel, please?
Write a novel of all the titles and have it be raining in the background. You just put in like brackets at the start. Imagine rain sounds. Maybe a car goes by every once in a while, you know. This is from Mark Aquino last first. Unity or Creepy Big Teeth, or I'm pretty sure this also happened in a Futurama episode. Well, it's time once again to be the S-Task defender. It might not be the most rewarding work, but hey, someone has to do it here.
It's true.
It's actually nice to see Supergirl and the Kents again. They weren't carrying shotguns, though, and the crying emoji, as it's been quite a while since we've seen her. For a while, I had completely mistaken the episode with Farmer Brown from the TNBA episode Critters. I think you did, too. When he first appered, you were like, oh, this guy. And I'm like, no, you don't know this guy.
Yeah, I looked at you with the like, hey, I know this guy look, and you're just like, no, shut up, Brian. You don't know anything.
Tall, creepy farmer man. It had been a while since I first watched this one, but stylistically, the two characters look not too dissimilar to each other. Unity, however, doesn't have a super strong daughter that a certain stripe of person could easily simp over. Things in this podcast always coming back to incels and simping. We really need to be on the internet less often. Agreed. I don't blame Kara for not really accepting the comic books her classmate gives her. Comic books made in the 90s were not great. Let's just...
What?
Hey, man. Look, I know what you mean, but I don't know what you mean.
I guess we got to defend comic books from the 90s here.
Somebody has to do it, yeah. Let's just say most of them don't exactly have much in the way of rereadability, and it's not hard to see how the comics industry fell on its face during that decade. Long story, just Google comics industry in the 90s. Just because everyone had pouches doesn't mean it was bad. Whatever, I like this episode quite a bit. It's creepy, creative, and a lot of fun. Boss, biggest bear hugs to the #1 podcast hosts in this here multiverse of ours, Jeep Grand Cherokee and Books A Million. Praise to our Lord and Savior, Dylan Pollock. They're always good. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. Remember to tell Gab that she rules, likewise to all his loyal disciples, all the names, all the awesome sauce listeners of this Yoppie community of all ours. You're all the absolute my mouth is all sorts of mouth today. You're all the absolute best. Don't you ever forget that. I'll be attending Fan Expo Philadelphia the weekend that this podcast episode drops. Looks to be a fun one. I'll be cosplaying on Friday and Saturday. If I see anyone that resembles Banana Man in any way, you'll be the first to know. Till next week, big ol' whoosh. I just flew away, baby.
Go find Mark Aquino, listeners.
Yeah, go find Mark Aquino at Fan Expo Philadelphia. Banana Man specifically, find him and say, okay. Just walk by, say, okay, don't interact. Just drive him insane.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Publicity stunt, yeah.
Banana publicity.
And now it's time to go back to the past.
Say it.
Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're back, and here it is, the name of the next episode, Brian. We only have 3 episodes of Superman left. Luckily, next episode is a Batman Beyond episode. It is called A Touch of Curaré. You want to see that spelled out?
I do.
A touch of curare, which I will just give you a hint or like a definition or whatever, that's a type of poison.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
With a little touch of poison.
Unity.
Oh, no.
What?
Is there possibly a Poison Ivy revisiting? Do we Poison Ivy?
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God damn.
It is a female bad guy, though.
And she's all about plants?
No.
Is she like a chemist?
No.
Are we playing 20 questions?
She has like a fluorescent colored skin that's close to Poison Ivy, sort of, right? I don't know.
Oh.
It's a new villain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Relation to an old villain at all?
In a very roundabout way that you won't get from this episode. So
got it.
Basically, no.
Okay. So, I mean, it's hard to not take it just literally like, oh, there's a bad guy who's going to try to poison somebody important.
Yeah, kind of. Not poison, but kill. Yeah.
Metaphorical poison?
The name of the character is Curaré.
I hate that.
Okay. That's the show, everybody.
Curaré.
Curaré.
Oh.
That's the show, everybody. Please give us a follow or subscribe. I'm so sorry wherever you may be listening to this. Please leave us a 5-star review.
Wait,
Please,
why
God.
are you sorry where they're listening to this?
I don't know. Wherever on your podcatcher of choice. Okay?
You right there in Australia,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You're missing
I'm
out
just
all the
sorry.
fun of being in America 2025.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It's great.
You'll damn
Come
well
over
hear
here.
it right on the show. Thank you to everyone listed in the description for their musical themes and help in making this podcast as yappy as it can be. Go check out their stuff. And thank you, of course, to you, the listener, for Unity. Unity.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Unity. If you have suggestions for how to make the podcast better, please send an email to batwagonpod@gmail.com. We read them all.
That's not a bad idea. Help us. Help us entertain you.
If you've been listening for 166 episodes and you're like, God damn it, when are they going to figure it out? Please send us an email. batwagonpod@gmail.com. Look, Unity, it's Unity, and that's all that we can say. There's nothing else. It's Unity.
Okay, thank you.
Unity. All right.
We got to find a better way of ending this episode.
Unity.
Right in your hate comments to YouTube.
Let's play some ones I don't normally play.
Okay, that'll be a fun way to go out.
Let's see.
You can stop listening anytime.
That's not how that works.
Oh yeah.
Please clap.
Oh, I'm just gonna lean over here and press the stop record button.
And we were actually part of some alien conspiracy?
Yeah, Pa, and you were crankier than usual. But I can't tell you how great it is to have everything back to normal.
I thought you found normal boring.
At this point, boring's not so bad. I'm even meeting Owen down at the comic store.
Say, Martha, did you see what the Langs are growing? Looks like rutabaga.
I don't know, Jonathan. Looks like turnips to me.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted and edited by yours truly, James Strecker, and co-hosted by yours Briley, Brian Maneely. This podcast is brought to you by the Watchtower Database, your one-stop shop for all things DC Animated Universe. To send us a Yoppie beverage, nab some sick show merch, or support us on Patreon, you can visit the links in today's show notes. And thank you very much. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice and follow us wherever you listen to never miss a new show. And we'll see you next episode, same PP time, same poo-poo channel.